Good evening, YouTube. Today's date is the 20th of November, 2018. I wanted to cover Amazon tonight just to change things up a bit from Forex, give Forex a break. I've been looking at Amazon for the last couple of days, and I'm seeing some interesting things on Amazon, which I like, depending if you're short or if you're long. If you're long, I don't like it if you're long, but hopefully I could do a full breakdown on what I'm seeing on the charts for Amazon here for you guys. So let's start off with today's price action. Today we closed up 4%, up 57, call it $58 on the day. We closed at $14.95 with 46 cents. Now Amazon made an all-time high here September 4th of this year at $2,050 and 50 cents. So a couple of days later, or excuse me, a couple of months later, we have pulled back about, let's see here, it looks like, I think last time I checked, 30%. So Amazon has pulled back 30% from making its highs in September. And I do think that Amazon could head lower, all right? So I'll do a full breakdown on what I'm seeing on the charts. So I'd like to start off with the monthly time frame. All right, so I'll break this down from top down. So looking at a monthly time frame, you'll see that Amazon has made a very impressive run up, really since here, making a low in 2001 at like about $5. So if you're an investor at $5 in Amazon and you've been holding since 2001, that is incredible. But let's zoom in a little bit more. You can see that for a couple of years now, since 2009 here, Amazon has really just been on a major uptrend. Here around December of 2011, we tested the 20-day moving average, and we kept going up. And then here, April 2014, really all the way through December of 2014, you could see, let's zoom in, price was really supported by that 20 MA once again. And then we kept going up, almost tested that 20 MA again here, February of 2016, but not quite. And you could see that this last month, the candle for October, you'll see that that is an engulfing candle. If you look back, we haven't really seen one of these types of candles in a very long time on Amazon here. So I think this was maybe the first engulfing candle here in 2008. So this was that market collapse in 2008. Keep in mind, we're looking at a monthly time frame, so things don't really look that crazy. But really here, this was the first engulfing candle in 2008. I guess you could say this is an engulfing candle. But anyway, looking at the following candle, which is this month's candle for November of 2018, we are very close to that 20-day moving average. I'll give you the exact price of the 20 MA. The 20 right now stands at $13.73. So the big question that I've been asking myself is, will this 20 MA hold? I personally don't think it will, and I'll explain why a little bit later in the video, but that's kind of what I'm seeing on the monthly time frame. The first true engulfing candle that Amazon has seen in a couple of years. So very impressive run up. Price is technically still on a very nice uptrend, but lately I've been seeing a lot of sell-offs going on in a lot of these tech companies. So Amazon is one that really stood out to me. That's the monthly time frame. Let's look at a weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame, let me turn off my moving averages here. Keep it clean. Now here I've drawn a trend line. I've started on the week of February of 2016. The low was 474 per share. I've connected it here to the candle on September 25th, 2017, and it connects very well with the October candle and even the October 23rd candle. All right. When you project that out, You could see that it ties in very close with the October 29th of this year candle. Now, we still have, what's today, Tuesday? Looks like we have another 2 or 3 days of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday left for this candle to close. So I would like to see a close below this trend line on Friday. So 3 more days for trading on this candle, and we'll see where it closes. I tend to favor the downside. Like I said, I'd like to see a close below that trend line just for beginners. All right. So hopefully that makes sense here. Let's take a look now at a daily time frame. The daily time frame looks a little bit choppy, looks a little bit messy, but once again, from its highs of September 4th, 2008, Amazon has pulled back 30%. It is now on a downtrend. You could see very clear here. On a daily time frame, we could see that we're making lows, higher lows. I'm sorry, we're making lower lows and lower highs. So we have a high here, we have a low, we have a lower high. So I'm comparing this high to this high. And now I'm looking at this low, comparing it to this low, and it's a lower low. And then even this high, November 8th, we made a high of 1784. And today we made a new low, 1420. So you could see that we're starting to make lower lows and lower highs. And if you zoom out, there's that same trend line that I talked about on the weekly time frame. Let's go back and look at that right there. So once again, a close on a weekly time frame, and I do think that price will continue to head lower. Now let's talk about the daily time frame here. You can see here I've marked 2 very important lines. Back here, if you zoom out, let's go ahead and look in here. So on October 26th of 2017, Amazon closed at 972 cents or $972.43 per share. It looks like on the following day we had an earnings announcement, and the stock opened at 1,058. So we had a huge gap here. And ever since then, Amazon really has just kept going higher and higher and higher. All right. Very nice move from 2017 all the way up to its all-time highs. So we have a huge gap right here. And I'll go ahead and highlight that if you don't see it. So big gap to fill here. I'm thinking that with the break of the trend line and the monthly time frame and the weekly time frame and the way things are looking in the market right now, I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon long term heads down all the way back down to first target 1,053 and eventually close the gap at about 984. I know that's a big move. Let's see, let's measure it out. That would be another 30% drop and 35% to gap fill. But like I said, with everything going on in the market right now and looking at a monthly time frame and seeing that bearish engulfing candle, I think a pullback back to these levels would be actually pretty healthy on Amazon. And so that's what I'm seeing on that major gap to fill here. I think that 1,000 level would be a very good buying opportunity in Amazon. This is just my opinion. Okay, I'm not giving any advice, or please do your own research and do all that. But that's what I'm looking at on Amazon. I do think that a pullback is in the cards for this. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. I'll go ahead and upload this video on YouTube, and I'll come back and revisit this in a couple of months. I don't think that we'll have a straight shot down all the way to 1,000. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It may not even happen in this year, maybe next year sometime. Like I said, I'm not expecting just a big move down. Excuse me. I do think that there will be plenty of bounces along the way. There's plenty of support levels here. So to point out one, I think We're actually heading into support now. At about 1345, we could see a bounce. Maybe another run up to 1500. Retest that trend line, come back. There's some more support here. Right about there. At about 1175. But like I said, long term, I would like to see this gap filled. 1000 and eventually 981. So that's what I'm looking at on Amazon. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. I'll go ahead and, like I said, I'll upload this on YouTube and I will revisit this a couple of months later.